What's up, fans and freaks? I am that hippie, and it is currently around 1 o'clock in the morning here, so I gotta be quiet, because some of the people in my house are sleeping. Actually, I think all of them are asleep right now, except me, but I did promise that I would get this questions video out and about today, so I've got a decent chunk of questions here. Most of these came from my social media page, though some of my friends and family did write down some on here too. Though most of these came from my social media. I'm going to start with these, and I'm going to throw some of these in there, because I have two different sheets of paper here. So I'm going to start off with a simple question. Some of these actually do come from like my mom and my cousins and shit like that, so bear with me. So first question is DC or Marvel? Anyone who's been on this channel long enough will know the answer to this. I am a Marvel Comics fanatic. Yes, I have Raven hanging up right here, and she's a DC comic character. But really, the Teen Titans are like the only DC comic I actually like. So Marvel has Venom, they have Spider-Man, they have the Hulk, they have Iron Man. I like all those. Though I really do, I like Iron Fist and Power Man a lot as well as the Sorcerer Supreme. Doctor Strange is pretty cool. Yeah, so I'm a Marvel guy, hands down, for the most part. For the most part, I'm Marvel, but I don't mind DC. I don't mind. I like the TV shows, like Arrow. I did like Green Arrow in the comic books. Green Arrow is pretty cool in the comic books. Okay. Second question. If I could interview anyone on my show, who would it be and why? If I could interview anyone on any of my shows, let's see, it would either have to be like Stan Lee or David Draymond. Stan Lee, because he's like the god of all comic book creators of all time. Ooh. I would also have to do Kishimoto. If you guys know who Kishimoto is, he's the manga artist who drew Naruto. Kishimoto. Yeah. Because Naruto's like my favorite anime of all time. Hands down. I love it. Naruto's the shit. And then David Draymond, because like he has been probably like he had been living the rock star life for about as long as I've been alive. So I mean, David Draymond's the shit, dude. Oh yeah. Number 3, who are my heroes in quotation marks? People who inspire me, pretty much. I don't have that many, but if I had to choose one person who inspired my, like, who I try to strive to be, who I would describe as my hero, this is gonna sound kind of dorky and weird in a way, but for any of you who played Final Fantasy VI, Locke, the main protagonist for Final Fantasy VI, the guy named Locke, he kind of was the first person that, like, outside of my family that ever influenced me. And so, I guess, in a way, if I had to choose a hero, Locke kind of influenced me to be a better person, to try to help people, to always be kind and considerate to everyone. And that's just sort of how I am. I can't really answer this question. I don't have heroes. I have people that I would give an arm and a leg to meet in real life, and so that I could talk to just for even a chance. But I wouldn't say they're my heroes, because hardly anyone, like, I mean, it's like barely anyone outside of my family has ever directly impacted my life. So yeah, I can't really answer that one. The next question is, what band am I looking forward to seeing at Rockfest this year? This year? I'd have to say Disturbed. I've been listening to Disturbed, guy. Again, I've been listening to Disturbed since 2000. So I was about 4 when I first heard Disturbed. I heard them on like 98.9 The Rock. So I mean, duh. But probably Disturbed. Next question also ties into Rockfest. Who would I like to see at Rockfest next year? Oh. That's a good question. That's a really good question. Who haven't I seen at Rockfest yet? And who? Slipknot. Yep, you know what? I want to see Slipknot at Rockfest. That'd be cool. I don't think they're there this year. No, they're not. But I'd want to see Slipknot. That'd be cool. The next question, what's your favorite concert? Rockfest. Rockfest is my favorite concert. It's like 7 concerts rolled into one. But if I had to choose one particular thing, seeing Killswitch Engage at Rockfest was freaking amazing. For those of you who don't know, Killswitch Engage is probably one of the first metal bands I ever started listening to. So seeing them live was freaking awesome. Okay. Number 7. This is one for my mom. Motionless in White or Slipknot. And for those of you who don't know, both Motionless in White and Slipknot are some of my favorite bands of all time. They're right up there next to like Killswitch Engage and Disturbed. So my mom's just pretty much trying to troll me right now. And you know what I have to say? I can say this with absolute certainty. It's a tie. I can't choose between Motionless in White or Slipknot because Corey Taylor and Chris Motionless are both freaking amazing. Though I was able to meet Chris Motionless outside the shitters at Rockfest last year, so that was pretty awesome. Where did your taste in music come from? My mother. My mother, you listened to a lot of 80s and 90s rock and metal music, so that's where my taste in music came from. This one also comes from my mom. You're a good cook. I am. I'm a good cook. So what's my specialties? Anything that's pasta related. If it requires pasta, I am freaking amazing at it. I can make the greatest spaghetti, the greatest penne. It's freaking amazing. Number 10. If you could be, would you be president? Fuck no. No. I don't want to be involved in politics. I don't want to be this nation's scapegoat. I'm not. No. Politics can go fuck themselves. No. And if Trump wins, I swear to God, I'm moving to fucking Netherlands. Dutch, I'm coming to you. 10. Do you vote? Oh, 11. This is a two-parter. Do you vote? Yes. And will you vote in the upcoming election? Yes. I will be voting in the upcoming election. I do vote, so yeah. Number 12. What's your favorite breed of dog? Labrador Retriever. I love labs. Labrador Retrievers are the shit, man. Alright, and last question on this sheet. Are you a mama's boy? Mom, I know you're trying to get me to admit this on camera, but you're damn right I'm a mama's boy. My mama raised me, I'm a mama's boy. Hell yeah. It's actually really freaking hot in here, so I'm gonna change shirts real quick. Go look. Okay. Oh, like it? It's a new shirt. I got it for a gift. It says look at the Irish. It's an Ireland shirt. I'm very lucky. Yes, I'm a mama's boy. My mama raised me. I'm a mama's boy. So yeah. Alright. Next sheet of questions. Do you believe in magic? Yes, I believe in magic. And I also believe in miracles. Do you believe in miracles? If that's a copyright strike, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I'll take it back. I apologize. I was under the effects of caffeine. My mind wasn't in the right stuff. So, yeah, today I'm not drinking Mountain Dew. I got Mr. Pibb over here. This is actually my sister's 2-liter, but she gave it to me because she went to bed. Pibb. Okay, yes, I believe in magic. I do believe in magic. I also believe in a higher power. I believe in supernatural stuff. I believe in a lot of stuff. And I'm not trying to make any of you believe in anything. This is what I believe. Okay. Next question. What's your dog look like? Let me go get her. The people want to see you, baby. The people want to see you, baby. Okay, they're over here, B. B. See yourself, Phoebe? Look at you. Baby. Yeah, you can stay there. I don't mind. You can stay there. This is my puppy, Valkyrie. I call her Vivi. Oh, she's just a cute little baby. Oh, she's just adorable. Oh, she's just adorable. Please, I love you too. Yes, I love you. Please. I love my dog. Yeah, for those of you who actually don't know, my mom bought this dog to replace our other dogs that died. We had 2 other dogs. My dog, Athena, which she passed away recently, and then Stephanie had a Shiba Inu puppy named Isis, who had something wrong with her, and she died very shortly after we got her. And Isis was bought for Stephanie to help replace the loss that Apollo, our boxer, had left behind. He was a very lovable dog. And yeah, so Valkyrie's our newest puppy, and she's a great puppy, and she's so well behaved, and she's excellently trained, and she is a half Akita, half Great Pyrenees puppy, and she's so adorable and fluffy, and white. And she's apparently shy because she's hiding behind my chair, so she doesn't have to look at you guys. Alright, next question. Cats or dogs? I'm more of a dog guy, but I actually don't mind cats. I prefer black cats, and I prefer fat cats. Especially the fatter and the lazier they are, the better we get along. But I don't mind cats. We actually have a calico cat named Calypso, and I call her Kitten. And she's a... Oh, hey, baby. Say hi to the people. Say hi to the people. Hey. Say hi to the people. Lay down. Go to sleep. Go night-night. Go night-night. Go night-night. Yeah. Gonna lay down with me tonight. Yeah. I spoil my puppies. But, alright. I don't mind cats. I've just always found myself getting dogs. Oh. I just like, I connect better with dogs, I guess you could say. I'm more of a dog guy. But the bigger the dog, the better. I typically like dogs about her size. I like dogs. She's tired. It's nighttime, so she's tired. Next question. What the fuck is an ecchi anime? This poor innocent soul on Twitter didn't know what the fuck an ecchi anime, so I'm gonna explain it here. An ecchi anime is an anime that is not centered, it's not written and shit for like a young audience. It's written more for a mature adult audience, and it does contain explicit and sexual content. Let's see. What classifies as ecchi anime? Anything with excessive violence, nudity, drug usage, anything adult themed. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's got sex in it, but it has a chance of having sexual content. Any mature content anime is considered an ecchi anime. But things like Bleach and things like Naruto aren't, because they don't meet the required amount of violence to be an ecchi anime. Dead Man Wonderland, I think, counts as an ecchi anime because all the nudity in it. I think. This next question is not really a question, but more of a demand. Explain D&D. It's a pen and paper board game where you get a group of friends, and just one person plays as a DM or a god that sets up the quest, the world you're playing in, and then sends you out to complete the quest. It's not that hard. Look it up on Google. Dungeons and Dragons. There are dungeons and there are dragons. Self-explanatory. Oh, this next question's kind of personal to my future. What happened to Rig? Okay, so here's what it was. Nothing's happened to Rig. Rory and I still plan on building this company from the ground up. Rig. We're probably gonna get like Cody involved. We're probably gonna get like Dylan might be getting involved later on. But we're still playing. It's not called Rig anymore. There's been a name change. We've changed it to Razor. R-Z-O-R. Razor. But we've decided to keep Rig. But we've changed it up. It's just gonna be like our slogan: renovate, integrate, generate. That's our shit. That it is trademarked already, so don't try and steal it. But yeah, Rig has not disappeared. Rig's still around. Rig is still going to be a thing, but it's now called Razor. So that's the thing. Yeah. Alright. This one comes from one of my cousins. Why only you cut your hair? I don't cut my hair, my mom cuts my hair. Can we be cuddle buddies? That position is already taken. I'm sorry. This is my cuddle buddy. She and I cuddle. We can go that way. We cuddle. Cuddle buddy. She's my puppy. Only my puppy can be my cuddle buddy. I only cuddle with puppies. Or pillows. Or my girlfriends. Unless you're... And I'm pretty sure you're not female, Cody. Sorry. Alright. This one also comes from my cousin. What's the strangest thing to ever happen to my favorite role-playing character? My favorite role-playing character would have to be... Actually, would have to be... my very first role-playing character would have to be Agel. He's probably my favorite. He's a Wood Elf Ranger. And the strangest thing to ever happen to him was he was brutally murdered at one point in one of the quest lines I had him in. He was brutally murdered by someone in his sleep. And it takes a lot to sneak up on Agel, but this guy managed to do it. He rolled like a 20. He snuck up on me, he killed me. And then I had to fight my way out of the underworld back to the material realm to seek revenge and kill him. That was definitely the weirdest thing to ever happen with Agel. And I had came into that storyline late. And the DM explained all that, like I had fought through, basically, it was basically hell. But it was like an underworld sort of deal thing. And I don't understand. Yeah. So that's the strangest thing that ever happened to my favorite RP character, who's Agel. What the fuck is a bandicoot? Crash is a bandicoot. Crash is a bandicoot. A bandicoot's an animal that apparently can hop and spin and has a tiki friend. I'm throwing my pencil everywhere. That's a bandicoot. A bandicoot's an animal. I think it's an Australian animal. I'm not sure. But a bandicoot's an animal. I don't know what they look like. But they had a game on the PS1, Crash Bandicoot. It got like several sequels. Alright. My favorite Final Fantasy character. I'd have to go with Zack Fair. That's just because when you play Final Fantasy VII, Zack Fair, who's in Cloud's memories, is such a stark contrast to Cloud's character and stuff. Whereas Cloud is kind of disheveled and disorganized. Zack Fair is very rigid, very structured, very safe, very calm all the time. And it's very. And then when you play Crisis Core, you get to grow and care about Zack more and more because he's actually the main character in that one, which is a very good title. If any of you have not played Crisis Core, I suggest you go do it because it's amazing. Oh, here's another. JRPGs or Western RPGs? And there are, and I'm going to have to say this, and a lot of people are going to get mad at me. I prefer JRPGs. And there are a lot of Western RPGs I do like playing. Like, I have a Goofing Off in Oblivion, which is a Western-style RPG. I don't mind Skyrim. I like the Elder Scrolls. I like Fallout. But, you want to say maybe? Yeah. She probably wanted Mom's out in the front room. Yeah. But I prefer JRPGs, and like, because I grew up playing Final Fantasy games, and I grew up playing Legend of Dragoon, I grew up, stuff like that. That will never leave. And recent JRPGs that I like was Xenoblade Chronicles. That was a good one. I loved that one. Like, and then you've got like Fakers, which are like it's like freaking Enchanted Arms. It's a JRPG, but it was made by a company in Canada, I think, or something like that. But it was made in a Western setting, but it was made in the style of a JRPG, so it's considered a JRPG. But yeah, I like JRPGs better. Oh, this next one. Greatest Final Fantasy villain. Alright. So I can't actually decide this because I have 3 that I really like. Now, in terms of like the boss battle itself, I'd have to go with like Kefka from Final Fantasy 4. Or, no, he's 6. Kefka's 6, isn't he? Yeah, Kefka's 6. Kefka from Final Fantasy 6 is a great boss battle. The multi-tier stage battle that's like he ascends to godhood or something. Freaking insane. That boss battle blew my mind the first time I played it on a Nintendo 64. So yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, I played it it was on the N64, but I played it at a friend's house who actually had an N64 to copy the game. I was like 10 at the time. So seeing an N64 when I was 10 years old blew my fucking mind to begin with. But yeah, and then but for the greatest boss theme, I have to say just one thing for you guys. So, the dancing daddy at the day but she hands dancing daddy at the bear at the bear Sephiroth. Bam 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 Sephiroth. Bam 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 bam. If I was rating these on just pure themes when they're up there fighting and shit like that, it hands down have to be Sephiroth. He's got the coolest freaking boss battle theme music ever. It's like Sephiroth! It's just freaking amazing. And I found myself listening to Smooth McGroove's acapella cover of it over and over and over again. And if you guys don't know who Smooth McGroove is, look him up. He's freaking fantastic. He's amazing. It's hilarious. He also did like some Xenoblade Chronicles stuff, and like some Legend of Zelda and like Pokemon stuff. But he does these acapella covers. But yeah, for like if rating it off like the boss theme would be Sephiroth because his theme is just so freaking amazing. But if you're talking about like a villain that has this amazing depth and understanding and likability about them, it'd have to be Genesis. And for those of you who don't know, Genesis was pretty much the main villain of Final Fantasy Crisis Core. And because the whole game revolves around Genesis defecting from Soldier. Genesis was one of Sephiroth's only friends, the other one being Angeal. And Genesis left Shinra because the desperation he was feeling towards his degradation. He was his body was rejecting the Genova cells within him, and it was slowly degrading and killing him. So he grew desperate, trying to search for a cure. He left Shinra, which led to Angeal leaving Shinra. Angeal ends up dying and passing on his swords to Zack. And Genesis supplies the last push of Sephiroth's sanity, causing him to go crazy and burn down Nibelheim, leaving Genesis there to die. And then the final boss fight against Genesis, after you go through the caverns and underneath Benora, and you fight him and you beat him, and then he sees the goddess, and he's like humbled, and he finally understands that he's not this untouchable thing. And then Zack refuses to kill him and drags him back to where Lazard and Cloud or whatever. I'm sorry if I'm spoiling the plot of Crisis Core to any of you who haven't played it, but it's a decently old game, so I mean, it's like a couple years old. I think it was made in like 09, 2010 maybe? I don't know. I mean, no, it wasn't that late. 08, 09 maybe? I don't know, I don't remember. I don't remember when it came out, but it's not like a brand new game or anything like that, but, so, it's just, Genesis was such a likable character, and you always kind of felt bad for him. Then again, like, you'd feel bad, but then he'd say something and quote a line, and if your character, Zack, because he's kind of dense, didn't understand, he would quote this line from this poem, Loveless, which he's obsessed with. And, even if the morrow is barren of promise, nothing shall forestall my return. I love that quote. I've used that quote so many times. Even if the morrow is barren of promise, nothing shall forestall my return. I love that line. It's glorious. Amazing. I love it. But he's probably my favorite FF villain because he's so damn likable. But Sephiroth's got like the greatest boss theme, and then Kefka's got the greatest boss battle. So those three are tied for the greatest Final Fantasy villain of all time. I mean, there's nothing about it. Favorite anime. Well, I've kind of already answered this one within this video. My favorite anime is Naruto. And I know it's not the greatest anime ever. I know it's not like the greatest depth and the greatest plot. But Naruto, it connected with me as a kid because how Naruto acted in the first portion of the show. And I'm talking like Naruto. And then like when he goes into Naruto Shippuden. Because I bunched those two together. It's like Naruto and then Shippuden. But there's like 4 seasons of Naruto and like 6 of Shippuden, I think. I'm not sure. I've read the manga mostly after, because I live in America and I get the dubbed version of the episode, but they were coming too slow for me, so I just stopped watching them and read the manga all the way through. But Naruto, because I connected with how he used to act when he was younger, like a goofball trying to get attention to get on people's good side, because all you ever got was hate for being different. And I connected to that because when I was younger, I got a lot of hate for being different because I didn't talk at all. I was the smartest kid in my class, but I was also the youngest kid in my class. So I got a lot of shit. And so I connected with Naruto when that first came out. And that's why I kind of liked it. That's why it's my favorite anime. It has a special place right here. On my boob. On the D of Ireland, right there. Yep. It's hanging out in the D of Ireland. He's in the D. In the D. Yep. Alright. Favorite MMO. So instead of talking about it, I'm just gonna show you guys. For those of you who don't know what this is a Dungeons and Dragons Online Eberron Stormreach expansion pack disc. This is hands down my favorite MMORPG. It's pretty much the basic Dungeons and Dragons rules, but it's in the Eberron setting, so you get to play as like Warforged and half dragons and shit like that. But you have all these classes and shit, and they made it so amazingly fun to play. But the other thing, the reason why I like this, a level 5 character in this game is equivalent to a level 40 character in World of Warcraft. Yep. Because you have to level up 5 times before you make it from level 1 to level 2. There's, on your experience bar, there's these little 5 little dots that as you gain an entire bar, a dot will turn purple. And once you get all 5 of them up, you go up a level. But pretty much, there's no, like, you don't get, like, certain skills at certain levels. You get certain skills when you have enough points to buy them from your trainers. And so it's a point-based system. So you just gotta fight and do dungeons and quests. You get these points for doing quests and finishing dungeons and killing certain numbers of monsters or finding new places and shit like that. And it's fun. It's a very fun RPG, MMORPG, and the problem is you don't find very many people on there anymore. I don't know. Oh, here's another one from Twitter. What would your metal band name be? If you listen to Rory, our metal band name would be Wanker. Trademarked, of course. But Wanker is probably one of them. And for those of you who don't know, when I was in high school, my friends and I had tried to create a metal band. And the name was what they argued about for months. And in the end, I just left the project because I was trying to decide what type of sound we wanted to make. I was asking them, like, what do you want to sound like? Do you want to sound like Killswitch Engage? Do you want to sound like Disturbed? Do you want to sound like Slipknot? And they were just arguing about names. So I just up and left. But if I had to have a metal band name for me, it would be Moths Hate Butterflies, which is a metaphor I came up with when I went through high school. Butterflies was my term for the cliques of the preps and the jocks. They're the socially acceptable kind of the ones that almost everyone wants to be like the popular kids. They're the ones that look the best. They have the nicest clothes, the nicest cars, blah blah blah. They're the butterflies. The moths are everyone else, the ones who have been kicked from the social ladder, outcasted, and kind of ostracized and pushed to the side and ignored. Those are the moths. And so I designated this thing Moths Hate Butterflies because it's an innate thing. if you see something you want, but you know you can't have it, you grow to resent and hate the people that do. So that's the term. That's what that means. Moths hate butterflies. And I made up this term so I could try and teach the kids that would hang around me how to change past this, how to not necessarily become socially accepted, but to build a bridge over the social gap, so you can still have friends with the socially acceptable people, but still be able to cross back and forth like I did. And to do that is, you have to move beyond the hate. You have to stop hating the other people and just not give a shit. The moment you don't give a shit, you can just wander freely from anywhere you want to go in the social hierarchy ladder things. Because the moment I stopped giving two fucks about what anybody else thought about me, I was friends with everyone. Everyone wanted to be my friend because I was like the coolest motherfucker ever, apparently. But that's all you gotta do. You just gotta stop giving two shits about your social positioning, and then you can be friends with anyone you want to be. That's the whole point of Moths Hate Butterflies, and that'd be my metal band name. So I could teach everyone that. Oh, and then my last question, because it filled up the entire paper. Why is everybody always texting and no one want to call a motherfucker? Because I don't want to hear your fucking voice. That's why. You got an annoying fucking voice and... No, I just can't. Okay. I don't know. To be completely honest, I think texting, just people think it's more convenient. I don't know. It's quicker to call someone, but if you don't, like, know them all that well, I guess calling them would be weird. But if it's like... Because my family, if we want to talk, like, if we're, like, very far distance away, we'll usually call. And that's what we do. We usually call. But if we're like in the house and we just don't want to scream, we send a text message. That's how we do shit. So I don't know. Why the fuck you texting and never call him? Why don't you call me anymore? Why don't you don't love me? You don't love me anymore? Okay, that last one kind of hurt. I smacked myself in the nose. I caught my nose with my fucking fingertip. That hurt like a bitch. Those are all the questions I have today, guys! Ooh. I just went Macho Man. Those are all the questions I have for today. So, let me know if you liked them. If you want to answer any of the questions I just got done answering, go ahead and feel free to answer them in the comment section below. I will be looking. And I'll probably be doing another one of these in a month's time. So 4/4, I'll probably be doing that. I'll go out on my social media and I'll let everybody know again. Thank you all for watching. I want you all to stay cool, stay in school, and stay away from them drugs. And Dat Hippie is out.